Ben here from Wabanaki Disc Golf Co. And I'm here at South Colchester Academy in Brookfield, Nova Scotia. Yeah, this is a pretty cool course, just put in at the school. They just added, I think 6 or maybe 9 new baskets to have a full 18 here. Before I start, I want to shout out Joel Goswell, who's a teacher here. And he, the last couple years, I think, has been spearheading the building and construction of this course and really trying to get the youth of Nova Scotia into disc golf to help it thrive through the coming years. And then obviously helping Joel is Flickline Disc Golf and Ben Smith, who kind of just, as I've only moved here about a year ago, but it seems like Ben Smith has his hands on just about everything disc golf related. So yeah, I've been here before. Last time I was here, they only had 9 baskets and they had 18 tee pads, but now there are 18 baskets with 18 different tee pads. So I'm pretty excited to give it a go, and we'll see how I do. Okay, hole 1 here at SCA is an island hole, looks like. Just out on the side, and looks like if you miss the island, there's a drop zone on the sidewalk to the left. So I'm just gonna throw a little hazard at the tree and let it fade right into the basket, hopefully. Yeah, that should be maybe right under the basket. Starting off with a park job. That's nice. Got an absolutely beautiful day. There's wind out here, can make it a lot trickier, but just a little bit, nothing to be afraid of. Okay, hole 2 is the first basket in the new layout, and I've never played it before. That's kind of exciting. But it's a par 3, 140 feet. Hole 1 didn't have a tee sign, but hole 2 does here. And it just says the vegetation in front, I guess, is OB, so you got to clear it. And if you don't clear it, it's a re-tee and a stroke penalty. So I'm going to throw the same disc out to the right and hopefully swing it in here. Am I deep? Oh, I went deep. Deep and right. It might be pin high, actually. That's a pretty good shot. Okay, like I thought, just a little deep. First putt of the day. This will be a good one to get started. Okay, starting 2 for 2. You gotta love that. It was a little low, but we'll take it. Okay, hole 3 is a par 3, 222 feet. Right here, kind of cool. They're using this post as an obstacle. But it says on the sign that there's vegetation around the basket is a hazard, and there should be a rectangle carved out around it that's safe. So I can't really see it. I thought about laying it up, but nah. I'll just try to get it parked, and then I know it'll be safe. I'm just gonna go back in with the tempo again. It's getting there. Oh, it's definitely in the hazard. That's okay though. Okay, actually looking at it now, there's kind of a rectangle. Oh, it's way bigger than I thought. I think it's just a little grown. So I'm gonna call it safe. If I wasn't safe, let me have it, people who play here. But yeah, I'm gonna call it safe for the sake of my score. And it's, yeah, it looks like there's a big rectangle. See if I can make a little throw an uphill. Oh, what a freaking catch. Let's go. Starting 3 for 3. Okay, hole 4 is, I think it said 273 foot par 3. Vegetation is a hazard. So yeah, it's a hazard on the left, all the vegetation on the left. And if you haven't noticed, I've been throwing the same disc so far every single drive. Just my nice little neutron tempo. I freaking love it. Yeah, but I think I'm just gonna hang a hyzer wide enough that I don't fade into the hazard and give myself a putt. 273 downhill. That's way too straight. Well, it swung a bit. Honestly, exactly what I said I was gonna do. Left myself a putt. Looks like I left myself a little edge of circle putt, but yeah, the wind's down. There's OB behind it, but I'll run it, and or not OBS hazard, but it's nice and low, so I don't have to put it too high. The crosswind. Oh, it's a low basket, and I putted it crazy low. Okay, first par of the round, but we'll take it. That's all right, stress-free. Okay, hole 5 is a par 3, 208 feet. You might be able to see it on camera. It's just cresting over the hill on the right. I think I'm gonna warm my flick up. See if I can get my zone out there. I'm assuming this left vegetation is hazard. I'll check for the people. Yeah, vegetation and paved gravel areas are OB. Not, okay, so not OB, or not hazard, OB this time. See if I can get a flick far enough here. Oh, way inside. Well, that's why I'm getting it warmed up. So it looks like I'll have a downhill putt here. Left myself painfully short there with the early release in the forehand. But yeah, so I got a downhill putt towards some OB, but always going to give it a nice run. Oh, tailwind just dropped her. Well, that's not very exciting. I'll tap it in for you. Back-to-back pars. Leaving them short, but I think we got one more hole. Okay, hole 6 is a 154-foot par 3 up a hill. You can see it kind of tucked behind the tree up there, and it's on a nice slope. And then this road, gravel thing's OB. You guess it, I'm throwing the tempo again. On a little baby hyzer and swing it in. Maybe I'll give it some height so I can get a little ace run here. I think I went too far. Ooh, just faded down left of it. Good height, a little wider, might have had a chance. Didn't fade too far down the hill and left myself with a nice close one. Should be easy. Okay, back on the birdie turn. I should just always throw the tempo. Jeez Louise, that's the key. Okay, hole 7 is an island hole, 200 feet straight ahead. This is the first one that's a bit sketchy. This like little ravine here is the marker of the island, and you got to land inside. There's a dead zone from behind a rock, so I guess that's the drop zone up there. And yeah, you really got to control your distance. You can't go too deep, you can't fade too far right, you can't fade too far left. I'm going to try the forehand zone again. Right over these cars. Should have been a bit wider. If it skipped, it might be OB. We'll go check. Okay, looks like I just checked up in time. Holy cow. Okay, so far 2 forehands. In both forehands, I did not throw wide enough, so note to self for later. Should flip this one, but let's see if I can get another birdie. Nice. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of the break, but yeah, got to figure out the forehands. Everything's a bit early. That's okay. Okay, hole 8 is a 286-foot par 3, and it's just out there in front of those 2 trees to the right. Yeah, I probably should throw a bit faster of a disc, but I'm gonna throw the tempo again, and on a little hyzer to the right, it pops up and gets there. We'll see if this will be the end of my tempo run. It's way too high. Short and left. So far the story of the day is I'm not starting my discs wide enough. Okay, left myself in a C2 here. I almost had the distance right, but like I said, I didn't start it wide enough, which seems to be my miss so far today. See if I can give this a nice bid, give it some power. Oh, had the distance, had the pop. Now, my first comebacker of the day. Yeah, I feel like the first comebacker of the day is always, it means something for sure. Hopefully it means that I'm gonna putt good the rest of the day. Oh, that's good. It's a good par, felt good. Avoided the 3-putt, you love to see it. Okay, hole 9 is a 334-foot par 3. So the first time I'm pulling out a driver. And yeah, so if you can see these 2 trees, I don't think you can probably see it on camera, but it's between the 2 trees, far out there, and I know behind the basket is a downhill that leads to an OB road. Hopefully that truck didn't leave it. I think you got either a bomb forehand shot, or you can do a big hyzer shot. The hyzer shot brings the parking lot, that's probably OB, into play a bit more. But yeah, I think I'm gonna try for the hyzer shot with the Sheriff. Swing in. I think I'm pretty good. I'll probably have a bit of a death putt, but okay, left myself outside of the circle again. That time I started it too wide, which is a nice change. I guess I'm correcting, but too much. Bit of a death putt here. I think it goes down the hill. It's pretty far to the road, but like I said, I'm gonna try to run pretty much everything. Oh, looked good, looked good. Okay, comebacker number 2 of the round coming up. Okay, this is definitely a testy one. Up the hill. I'm not good at thinking of how far I am, but it's not close, that's for sure. Oh, that is big time. That is big time. We're making these comebackers. That was dead center. Let's go. Okay, hole 10 is a 542 foot par 4 and just the road's OB. So if I'm at the road, then I should maybe just end this video. But yeah, this is sick. This is like a bomber hole off elevated tee. If you know my game, I'm not very good at throwing far. And this is far. So we'll see how I do. I'm gonna throw the Sheriff again. Try to pop it up on some hyzer. Some height would have been good, but a nice straight shot out there. Gave it some good distance. Yeah, like I said, I'm not a bomber, but I'd say I did a pretty good job. I didn't really take a distance line. I kind of just hyzer flipped it up and threw it deep, but we'll take it. I think I'm gonna go with my zone again. Probably like just under 200 feet out, I would assume. Yeah, I think I'm just a bit deep and a bit right. But yeah, we'll take it. Birdie putt. Inside the circle, birdie putt. There we go. No comebacker this time. You love to see it. It's nice when the holes have no trees. Okay, hole 11 is a 254 foot par 3, and it's up over this vegetation, which is hazard, and up onto the left, just the left of those two trees. I think you can see it. Past the basket is a track, and anything the track can be on is OB. So it's some good distance control. This distance I'd probably usually throw a tempo, but I think for up the hill, I'm gonna throw a balance and speed up a bit. Yeah. It's hot out here right now. Oh, it's just a bit low. Ooh, if it fought through, it's good. Okay, looks like I just fought through. Luckily, there's a bit of a hill, so I'm gonna set up the camera up here. Okay, so yeah, I just barely fought through. I'm probably like, I don't know, like a foot out of the veg. Yeah, this is a tricky hole. This is not a big landing zone. It's thinner than, like, the track's closer than I thought, but like I said, I'm gonna try to run most things, so see how I do. This is a bit of a sketchy one. Drop in. Ooh, that was a good looking bid. Man, if that was 3D, that would have looked cool for you guys. I was going right at the camera. Just tap in here now. I don't know what the tick situation is here, but anything in the hazard, I'd be quite scared of ticks. So it's a good incentive to not go in the hazard. Okay, hole 3 is a 320 foot par 3 out there on the left kinda, and it's on a hill. So I don't know how, it looks kind of steep, but definitely some roll potential for hyzering into the hill. But yeah, I think I'm gonna throw, might do the bounce again. And just swing it in here. Lots of nice hyzers at this course. I think I'm gonna throw it flat and wide and let it fade. Bit of a tailwind should help. Ooh, way short. Way short. I had the nose up a bit, so. But it's a putt, nonetheless. Left myself pretty short. But man, there's like no shade at this course. And I'm feeling it. I'm sweaty. I don't know why I have this long sleeve on. But yeah, uphill putt. Probably outside of the circle. And again, we're giving her a bid. Oh, a little tailwind just dropped her. We'll take a tap in though. I'll run her in for the boys here. And the girls and the human beings. Another par. Okay, hole 13 is an 170 foot par 3. The parking lot up top is OB, and the track left is OB. So this is, you can't let it hyzer too much. Let's see. Earlier I was saying I wasn't starting stuff wide enough. This one definitely you want to be more wide than less wide. I'm gonna throw backhand with the stasis. A bit of wind, which I don't love. Sometimes this is a bit of a kite, but lots of room to play with on the right. And then get down and sit. Yeah, I think that's just fine. Man, that thing kind of goes nowhere. I love it. Okay, left myself a little C1X for sure. Definitely got a headwind. I know these pixels, gotta be careful in the headwind. Give it some spin. Aim low. Well, I aimed a little too low. Continue, I'll jog it in again for the boys, but another lame par. What a baby run that was. But I will say, I'm keeping it very clean. And as I say that, I probably just jinxed myself. Because if you're keeping track, I'm bogey free. Okay, yeah, this is a scary one. We got a headwind, hole 14, 144 feet, but it looks like it's just on the edge of a very steep slope that rolls right down to OB. And then there's OB high right. This is a tricky one, especially with the headwind. I think I'm just gonna try to forehand a stasis close. And I know I said I was gonna run putts. Maybe I still should, but I don't think I really want to. I can't put it far enough that it's gonna land hyzer on the hill. I gotta land that little gully in front of it. I think that's just fine. Exactly what I said. The absolute most death of death putts, but we'll see what happens. So one of probably the deathier putts I've ever had. I guess I'm just gonna run it. Because I told you guys I would run everything. So let's see what happens. There's a bit of a right to left. Low and to the right. Oh my God. That was absolutely big time. Holy crap. I'm gonna bring you over here so you can see how steep that was. Well, it goes to show me, I gotta trust the putt. When it's on, it's on. But yeah, I don't know if the camera does it justice, but it's pretty steep. Okay, hole 15, throwing down the steep hill that I just almost putted down, so that was huge. But yeah, the track's OB, and yeah, it's just on the edge there on the right. 263 feet. And look we're back with the tempo. Let's go. Yeah, I'm just gonna hang a wide hyzer. And if I fade too far right, that's just fine. Trust it wide. This is a cool one. You gotta trust it over OB if you wanna get close. If it gets down, get down. Oh, I should have accounted there's a right to left. I am mega safe, mega safe. Okay, played this one ultra safe. Way right, but yeah. Didn't really account for the right to left, just a swinger over here, but yeah. Another run. OB behind it. A little bit, headwind's not as bad anymore. Stay up. Oh, what a beautiful line. Just low. Tapping in here. Another par. Okay, ladies and gents and human beings, we got hole 16, 208 foot par 3. There's a path that kind of U's in front of it, and every disc has to be past the path. So anything outside of the path is OB, so it's kind of, I guess, like an island. And it looks like the drop zone's up on the hill on the right. And you guessed it, throwing the tempo again. You guessed it, on a hyzer line, outright. Man, that tempo just works, man. If this round's showing me anything, it's that 200 to 250 feet or less than that, I freaking love the tempo. And a good lesson in disc golf, I think, is if you trust something, you just gotta keep throwing it. And I trust it so much, I'm gonna putt it with my bag on. Look at that, all tempo birdie. Woo-hoo. Okay, hole 17, no T sign. It says 179 feet. Kind of through this gap up to the right. Looks like that path's OB, and probably beyond it there's a path that's OB. There's a hyzer line, there's this gap. I think I'm gonna try to be touchy. I'm gonna backhand this range, get it turning through the gap. Overcooked it. Bounced off a tree. Oh my God, it almost rolled OB. For fun, I'm gonna forehand the stasis. Probably should have done that. It's okay. Okay, yeah, went for the cool guy backhand shot and almost was OB. You can see my second shot, the forehand is way up there, but it's okay. I want to do the cool guy shot. Got another long headwind putt for birdie. it didn't turn at all, but just the right distance. So we got another tap in par. It is funny sometimes, like there's the obvious shot. Like the first thing I thought was to forehand this, and I probably should have forehanded it, but sometimes it's just more fun to do the cool shots. And it might have cost me birdie, but hey, I missed it anyway. So another tap in par. Tap in par. Okay, that's 17, heading 18. We're 8 down. We're hot and bogey free. Holy cow! Did I jinx it? I don't know. We'll find out right now. Hole 18 is a wild one, and if I was gonna have my first birdie, it would probably be this. But the basket's obviously out there, 188 feet on a steep downhill, and it's an island. So it's like that's hole 3 where it's a grass mowed island. I can't really see it from here, but like the other one, we might be able to see it when we get closer up. Got bit by a lot of bugs here. But yeah, that doesn't matter if I just put it close. So that's the goal. I'm gonna go right at it with my proxy. Go. Hopefully that's safe. Walking up. Looks like it's way up high here, so I think I'm good. Oh my god. There's the basket. There's my disc. If that's OB, this is an insane hole. Okay. Parked it for the last hole to go 9 down. And bogey free. Let's go. That's exciting. Okay, so that was the SCA Wolves full 18 holes, and I'd say I loved it. Shot 9 down and bogey free, which is pretty cool. I feel like there's a lot of OB you can get, and I didn't. But yeah, I think this is a great course, especially for a school, for people starting out. A lot of courses around Nova Scotia are, probably because they're designed by Ben Smith, there's a lot of trees. And for people just starting out, it can be pretty discouraging, but this is pretty awesome. There's not too much to hit, so you can kind of just throw. And it's a good way for people to learn because they can see how they're throwing it and what they're doing wrong, and they can make their adjustments, opposed to it's a lot harder to do that when you're just hitting a tree in the first 5 feet, 10 feet. So yeah, it's a great course, and it's one that you should definitely come to try, especially if you're learning and if you want to try to get throwing far, as that's something I need to work on, and this is a good place to come. It's wide open. Definitely will be tricky if there's wind. But yeah, before I sign out, I want to say again, thank you to Joel Goswell. I'm hoping I'll get him in a video eventually soon, and maybe in a video with Ben Smith. Collabs are coming. I have to figure out how to get more storage on my phone that I'm videoing on first. But yeah, that's Wabanaki Disc Golf. This was the SCA Wolves at South Colchester Academy High School in Brookfield, Nova Scotia. And yeah, I'm Ben. Thanks for watching. Let me throw this in.